Hello, it's Jang here with a look at Master Wu's Dragon from the LEGO Ninjago series. This comes with 575 pieces. It includes 5 minifigures plus a bunch of other stuff. I really like the head design on this dragon. It's very traditional and I like the use of parts. It's so nice that they were able to bring in the Unikitty tail as a regular part now that LEGO is able to recolor as they like, so they're able to bring in the little mustache bits there. I like the use of the front of a car, a couple of the weapons, the sci-fi style weapons, and I especially like the use of the white croissants, which are placed on 2x2 discs to get them out there in the ear kind of configuration. Let's see if I can show that a little bit better here. They are attached to a handlebar piece. It's just a brilliant placement. It works out so well, and you can kind of adjust the angles of the pistols on the sides there, and the mouth can be opened and closed. It's got a full jaw back there with the pair of battle droid arms, so you can kind of bring it up and down as well as forward and back to place it exactly where you want. And this is all on a ball joint there. It's lightweight enough that it's able to use one of these smaller ball joints. You can rotate it all around and it is able to hold the weight of the head. There's also a hinge point right here, which is a much stiffer joint to bring the entire head down as part of the neck. You can also bring it up farther. The wings have a fairly straightforward design. This is a good recolor of an existing piece, just really fits well here, and I think these are really reusable pieces. They can be used for all sorts of weapon things. I'm glad that the wings are on ball joints as well, and you'll need to take a look at the free downloadable instructions for this set, even if you don't get the set itself, to see how they kind of inset these socket joints. They're actually independent socket joints, not built into bricks, and they inset those in there, and they really got them to be very securely attached in there. Those are not going anywhere. It's an interesting technique they used there. So that allows you to pose the wings in different ways. You can kind of have it coming up, you can turn it around, you can bring it in a little bit. There's just a limitation on the forward to back motion, just a little bit. You can bring these in somewhat close to the body, but not as close as I would have liked, but you can definitely bring them up quite a bit. There's a better look at kind of the upward motion that you can get out of them. It's just kind of a fearsome look. You're not able to articulate the individual feather sections, but you can bring it down to be looking a little bit more calm, like it's just resting on the ground. A pretty nice varied build for the body. It's a little bit different from the norm. It feels unique, or felt unique while building it together, and it's nice to get more of these car style pieces that are used for hoods frequently in gold here, and they've also done those on the bottom with studs on the bottom construction. This is all one assembly down here. It's all interesting building techniques, a lot of different building techniques used together. They snap this into the bottom here. I wasn't expecting that, but it works pretty well. Nice use of the dark orange color all the way down along the belly, as well as a little bit under the neck. The legs, in my opinion, aren't that great. It's got a good ball joint down here. It's kind of obvious, but a good joint for the ankle with plenty of range of motion there. And there's enough friction there for the weight of the whole animal to hold in any kind of pose that you want, even if it's being held up mostly by that one foot. But the inner joint right here, the ratcheted one, allows you to move the feet forward and back, which is good for kind of the running or the leaping, and also while it's flying, so you can kind of just let the arms and the legs just rest behind, but you don't have the ability to splay the legs apart just because of the arrangement right there. You can rotate the shoulder forward and back a little bit, and you can kind of make use of that to do some interesting things like this, but I really wish that you could bring them apart to get more of a wide stance. The rear legs are done exactly the same, but you angle those back to get a little bit more of a proper animal-like stance for the whole thing, rather than having them coming forward. I think that just works better, having them angling back, but it does hold itself up just fine. And then for the tail, you get lots and lots of the Mixel style small ball joints, so you can really rotate this around in any kind of way. You kind of curl it around even, get a little bit of spiral into it. It's got just that much ability to articulate, but it is a little bit thin, I think, for the size of the entire dragon. This is Woo's kind of pilot position right here, which appears to be made of parts of a T-cart, which was registered to go on the street. You see they've kind of spelled out Woo Sensei there. That's supposed to be his license plate. He's got a little bit of his banner over here with a couple of flags and the torch up on the top. And he's got a little stand for tea right here, which has a dark azure small kettle on it. I think that's the first time we've gotten that piece in that color. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is. It's great to get either way. And he's also got a couple of cup holders attached to his dragon. A dragon with cup holders. How brilliant is that? He's also got a spot to hold his own personal staff weapon there. And see, after a huge epic battle, you can just sit down and enjoy some flaming hot tea. Let's take a pause ourselves to look more closely at the figures. Cole there on the left, Woo on the right. Both of them have some good-looking built-up weapons that are not too crazy in scale. They look like they could actually wield them. I appreciate that. Look at them from the back, but we need to take some stuff off. There's a more clear look at the back print there, and how they look from the front, including unobstructed views of the faces. The bad guys are, left to right, a Soul Archer, Pitch with his pitchfork, and then Hackler, who has all kinds of weapons, as well as a two-piece shield with one of those great T-bar pieces, pneumatic pieces, in black. Very, very useful for custom builds. I really like his slightly built-up weapon as well, with the black ice cream cone base. Here's how they look from the back, and we need to dig in a little farther. Bunch of stuff comes off, and then you can see more clearly the prints on the backs of the torsos, and you get different faces for each of these. Last up, here's a screamer and a dog. And I'm not sure exactly how these are going to interact, but I expect them to interact in one episode of the show where the screamer is going to come after the dog's bone and is probably also going to attack one of our heroes, either Master Wu or Cole, with this special glittery bottle, spray bottle with glitter in it, and that's supposed to have the ghost poison in it that will turn you into a ghost. And I'm assuming that they're going to be saved by the dog who has the crossbow, who's going to shoot it somehow. Not so much to try to save whoever's being attacked, but more just to get his bone back. This is my favorite thing in the whole set. Noodle cart. Hello. This is a beautiful thing, especially the way they did the roof up here. It makes it look just a little bit randomized. I love the proportions of it. This is just great. It's got the built-in little disc launcher in the center, and that shoots out discs, and you see they've got storage for a couple of discs up here. They are ghost discs, so they're kind of like miniaturized versions of screamers, so you can shoot those out. So it is a bad guy thing, unfortunately, but that is activated from back here. The one thing I don't like about this is that it doesn't come with a little stand to keep it more upright. You just need a little 1x2 brick or 1x2 plus a plate or something, but you push this in from the back, and that's going to act all the way forward against the disc shooter, and that's going to shoot that out like so, and it shoots quite far and straight. It's a really good mechanism, but you do have to load it directly from back there. It doesn't have an automatic feed or anything, but this is just good looking to me all around. And I also like what they've done here for the pot, because to get that coloration there, they went with a medium azure stud underneath a dark pink transparent tile, and it just gives you that very different kind of look. It's a nice little combination, and I'm super happy with this thing. This last assembly is part of Master Wu's tea garden, supposedly, and it's where he keeps one of these buildable, collectible shurikens, the arrow blades, the golden one here. It's got a very nice little archway there, ceremonial structure with a nice sticker. It's a sticker, not a print on the front, but I like all the shaping here and the use of these paint roller pieces in black. Just really nicely done in a small space. That's tough to pull off, getting so much small detail in there. And then the fencing is all on ball joints, so you can bring it out all completely flat if you want to, or you can kind of invert everything and bring it inward like this if you want to, or you can circle it around the other way completely to make it look like just a different shape of enclosure. And over on one side you've got a launcher. This is a pair of flick fire missile launchers. Well, not really launchers, just spots where you can launch them out from. And that has a print on it, actually not a print, a sticker that you place there to do your targeting. So there's actually a little targeting device built into this. I don't know how that's supposed to work, but you can see that a screamer is coming and you can try to shoot at it. So lots of good stuff in this set. Nice uses of parts, nice looking assemblies. I wish the legs were done better on the dragon, but that's my only complaint on that one. A lot of clever placements of things, kind of humorous. I appreciate the humor without it being too slapstick. A good selection of figures. I love the rickshaw. The little part of the tea garden is also quite nicely done. But when you look at the parts count and the prices for this thing in various countries, this is a phenomenal value, even just based on price per part. Considering all that you get, even not considering what you get, just price per part is phenomenal. And I think that you get a really, really good deal here that's even better than the price per part suggests. So this is a great way, I think, to get a Ninjago dragon, to get a bunch of useful figures who can be used all throughout different engagements and different scenarios throughout this story arc, and a couple of extra things that really add to terrain and just the general environment of the show and of the theme. Objectively, I'd say it's a guaranteed win, and the only way that it could be not a win is if you just don't personally, subjectively like what you see. Speaking of which, please share whether you like what you see by leaving a comment down below with your thoughts about the set. Thank you for watching, thanks in advance for your feedback, and I'll be talking to you again very soon.